Today, I'm going to talk about XRP, which is a cryptocurrency that's gone up 492% in the last year. I want to talk about why I don't think this is a good investment compared to Bitcoin, and that starts with centralization. So, XRP, also known as Ripple, was founded by a company called Ripple Labs. The issue with this is that Ripple Labs pre mined the crypto. So, that means that all 100 billion of the coins that were in circulation were made available from the get go, and a huge percentage of those were owned by Ripple Labs. In fact, around 50% of those are still owned by Ripple Labs. So, this gives them a huge outsized impact on the market for Ripple. They can easily make decisions on the coin since it is a company. So they can choose to add more supply at any point that they want. And they can also choose to potentially dump on the market at any point. So ultimately, your investment to XRP is tied to a company and is not determined by a free market. Now, when you compare Ripple to Bitcoin, Bitcoin wasn't pre-mined. It's mined over time through a decentralized network of computers, which ultimately ensures fairness and transparency. No company owns Bitcoin, and no one can suddenly decide to print more or manipulate the supply. That's what makes it truly decentralized. And even when you look at price over time, which this graph shows, it shows basically the amount that I think a single Ripple or Ripple coin can buy you in Bitcoin. That's trended down over time. So you would have been better off investing in Bitcoin over the last few years rather than buying Ripple this entire time. So again, with Ripple, you're essentially trusting a corporation to make the right decisions for you. Their decisions directly affect the token's value. So if Ripple goes under, XRP could lose its value and purpose overnight. And also, there's an ongoing lawsuit between the SEC suing Ripple, alleging that they were an unregistered security, given the amount of coin that the company had when it released. Bitcoin, on the other hand, like we've talked about, is scarce, it's decentralized, it doesn't rely on a company to function. It's ultimately designed to store and protect your wealth from inflation, whereas XRP doesn't really fulfill any of that. Ultimately, XRP feels more like a corporate loyalty program than any sort of real money or store of value. So ultimately, it may be faster payments talking about XRP, but what are you really looking for in an investment? Are you looking for something that's going to hold its value over time and save your wealth, or something that's a risk and ultimately a gamble that relies on a centralized group? So don't be fooled by the centralization. If you're buying Ripple, definitely look into Bitcoin too, or at least understand you're basically gambling.